Hey there. So today we're also going to talk about something that can make or break your school year, and that is room management. I'm not talking about rigid rules or military vibe. I'm talking about the kind of structure that actually frees you up to teach and breathe. This episode is a sneak peek into chapters 1 to 3 of my ebook, Level Up: The Elementary Teacher's Guide to Effective Classroom Management. So stay tuned. So let me tell you about my second year of teaching. I had zero systems, and I thought just being nice to the kids and building relationships would just be okay. And I didn't make it through my first week without some tears. Okay? Not the kids, but me. Why classroom management is important. So, when we're talking about classroom management, it's really not about control. It's about that consistency and that care that we always show to our students. Our students need consistent follow through when learning. This gives them a chance. This gives them the structure to do their best learning. And without this care, students, they just feel unappreciated for all the hard work they're doing because they are really doing hard work. So consistency and care are the prime things that students need for learning. And when I talk about consistency, I mean following through with our routines and our expectations, even tired. And I know as teachers, we get really tired, but we still have to make sure we follow through so that students feel safe and know what to expect. And care, when I talk about care, I mean just checking in on that student who's been off lately, or if it's just praising their effort and not just the outcomes that we want to see from our students. And let me just give you a quick example. So when my students come in the classroom, I always have a morning work or morning due now for them. And when my students know and understand that their morning routine has to get completed, they stop testing me. So students know that as a part of our routine, every day when they come in, they have to take out their do now books or their workbooks, and they have to complete a page. There's no ifs or ands about it. And so obviously if I see a child who's off, I will say, okay, what's up? What's going on with you? That care and that consistency. And I also used to think that classroom management was about telling students over and over what I want them to do, but it's actually about just staying consistent. So the other thing that we need to think about is when we're setting the stage for students in the classroom. So this means your classroom layout, your routines, and your energy sets the tone. And this is a triad. So our classroom layout, our routines, and our energy. And it's not just about organization. It's about creating that calm, confident space for you and your students to thrive. So when we think about our layout, we want to keep it simple. And we want to think about our students' movement and their learning in mind. For our routines, we want to make sure that we teach and reteach those routines. Okay, and in my coming ebook, there is a foundational routines checklist that you can use to make sure that you teach all your routines. The third thing is managing your energy. So if we always hear this, if your tank is empty, even the best routines are not going to stick. So that's why in the ebook, I included a reflect and reset journal page. So this helps you to reset so that you can bring your best to your students. So the layout, the routines, and managing our energy when we're setting the stage for our students to make sure they have the best learning environment and we have great classroom management. The other part of setting the stage is getting to know our students. Okay, so before we can build a relationship with our students, we have to get to know them. So One of the tips that I can give you is that to make sure you send home a short interest inventory for your parents to fill out. And it shows that you're willing to build a relationship with both the parents and the students. And this small gesture, it tells your families, I see your child more than just as a student. I see them as a person. I want to get to know them. All right, so with all the tips and everything that I just gave you in terms of setting the stage, why classroom management is important, our routines, teaching and reteaching our routines. If you're the type of teacher who is over the whole Pinterest routines and the classroom decor, I have an ebook for you that walks you through this whole process step by step. It's a system, it's practical, it's real, and it's built from my 20 years in the trenches, okay? So I'm still in the classroom, just my system, things my things that have worked and will work for you. So make sure you grab your copy at the link in the show notes, or make sure you're on the wait list when it launches on August 26th. And again, thank you so much for listening. Happy learning and growing.